Hi, I'm here today interviewing Dave Ridge, who is a candidate for judge. And the purpose of our interview today is to communicate Dave's message as to why he should be elected our next judge.
Thank
welcome.
you, Janine. Appreciate
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Glad you're here with me.
Thank you. Okay, so let's just start by asking, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Born and raised in Erie, Pennsylvania. My mom and dad were Tom and Laura Ridge. I grew up at 932 Colony Drive in the Erie Manor. Good working class families. People worked hard, raised their kids, kind of the old-fashioned way. Went to St. Andrews School. I was a Spartan. Went to Cathedral Prep. Graduated in 1978, a long time ago.
Very good.
After that, I went to Allegheny College, graduated in 1982, and then to Pitt Law School in 1985. But growing up, I have so many memorable stories and thoughts growing up. I walked through the Erie Manor, the old neighborhood, a couple of weeks ago when I was going door to door, and I had a smile on my face, I think, for the entire 2.5 hours because I just had so many good memories coming back to me. My mom and dad were great parents. They taught us by example. They didn't preach. And the examples they taught were work hard, tell the truth, take care of your family, and help out the community. And that's what my brother, sister, and I learned, and I think I've tried to pass along to our kids.
I think you have. So why did you choose law as a profession?
Well, I think like a lot of people, I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I went to Rutgers for a year, had no idea what I wanted to take up there. I transferred to Allegheny College, a wonderful school, glad I went there. And I started thinking, when you get to be a junior, so what am I good at, what am I not good at? I knew I wouldn't be good at math or something like that, and my carpentry skills aren't very good. But I do enjoy reading, I do enjoy writing, and I do enjoy public speaking. Around that time too, my brother, Tom Ridge, was a practicing attorney. And I forget what summer it was, but I got to spend some time with him. I got to see what he did, what a trial attorney does. And it kind of sparked an interest because I saw when you're a trial attorney, every day is a little bit different. Every case is a little bit different. You definitely can stay motivated and you have to stay focused. So again, that junior to senior year when I realized that's what I wanted to do, I can't say to you at that time I knew for sure I wanted to be a trial attorney, but I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to be self-employed, make my own way. And 33 years later, here we are.
33 years.
Yeah,
So
33 and a half.
33 and a half. So what kind of law have you practiced over those 33 years?
Everything. When I came back to Erie in 1985, I started in a general practice. I had worked in the Allegheny County District Attorney's Office my second and third year of law school as an intern, paid intern. Very good experience to help me hit the ground running. Came back, general practice, I handled everything. I handled some estates. I did a lot of domestic relations, support, custody cases. And I started right away with a lot of criminal defense cases and with a lot of civil litigation too. And over the years, I realized, again, what I liked more than some of the things I didn't like and what I was especially good at. And I would say probably over the last 20 years or so, I have concentrated quite a bit on trial work. State court, federal court, I've been in just about every courtroom, at least in Western Pennsylvania. And so it's been a little more focused, a little more concentrated. But again, over the years, after 33 years, I've handled every single type of case there is.
So that diversity is important.
I think it is important. I mean, to serve you well, because like anything else, even those other cases like domestic relations, where it's been a long time, you still learn certain lessons about courtroom situations. You certainly learn lessons about people and watching people interact with the court system. And that still can carry over into the other work, my civil and criminal work. So the lessons you learn, hopefully you always take with you, you move along to the next case, you move along to the next year. But yes, it's been a very diverse background. I've enjoyed it.
Very good. Now, I know you've been involved in many community organizations over the years. Do you want to talk a little bit about those?
Yeah, I have been, and that's important to me because, again, going back to the way we were raised, you take care of your family and then you help out your neighborhood and your friends. We do have a good tradition of service in my family. That is the campaign identity we have, and it's very important to me. My dad was in World War II. My brother was first Homeland Security Director. That's the way we were raised. And so when I came back to town, I wanted to get involved as best I could. A lot of it was with youth sports. My first nonprofit job, I was commissioner of MYAA football, Mill Creek Youth Athletic Association football. Enjoyed that 5 or 6 years. I have coached Little League Baseball out in Flag, Fairview, Lake City, and Girard. I was the manager for about 6 or 7 years of the Erie Lady Lions young women's travel team. That was kind of easy to do because both my daughters played hockey.
That's great.
And I've also been fortunate. I still am on the Presque Isle Advisory Committee, and that's near and dear to my heart because I love Presque Isle. I've been on Trek Foundation. I've been on the Erie County Bar Association. One of my favorite charitable contributions is to help out the Erie City Mission. About 7 or 8 years ago, I let Louis Bizarro beat me up. I didn't let him, but they have that knockout homelessness event, which is just a wonderful thing Louis and his family do. And I participated in that and had a lot of fun, got in great shape, and we raised a lot of money for charity. So those are the ways I've tried to help out this community, because this community has been very good to me and my family.
So why at this point in your life run for judge?
Well, that's a good way to answer the question, because I've thought about it before and I've been asked to do it before, but it kind of just all came together. Our youngest daughter just turned 21 on Christmas Day. So I guess you're never done raising your kids, but they have moved on. They're moving on to their adult lives. And I still like what I do, but I did kind of look around and say, well, what can I do to serve more? What can I do to help out more? It would have to be in the law. I mean, that's the only thing I'm good at professionally. And I do think I have developed the skills and the experience to be a good judge. I don't want to just be judge. I want to be a judge. I want to be a very good judge. Okay. And that's important to me. And so it just kind of came together over the last several months. Talked to some good, objective friends and advisors, and talked to my wife about it. I said, let's do it. So we're going to give it our very best shot.
That's great. Okay, I don't know if people know this, but there are 5 people running for judge currently. And during a judicial election, the Erie County Bar Association conducts a survey that goes out to the entire Erie Bar, and what it does is rates all the candidates based on highly recommended, recommended, not recommended, or no opinion. Now, you have scored an unprecedented 82% in the category of highly recommended by your peers. No one in the history of the survey has ever scored so high.
Right.
How do you feel about that?
Overwhelmed, humbled, appreciative, grateful. I mean, all those are sincere emotions. There aren't too many opportunities in life when you, in a sense, get graded by your peers. Get rated. Obviously, when you put yourself into a judicial race, you know that's going to happen. And you hope you're going to do well, that's obvious. You hope you're going to do very well, but you still don't know. But when those ratings came back to me, the 82% highly recommended and the 17% recommended, I didn't know what to say except thank you. And you do say to yourself, you try to do the right thing over 33 years. You don't always succeed. None of us are perfect. None of us are saints. But when that type of rating came back, it was wonderful. And it motivated me in 2 ways. To run this election, run even harder in this election, because you got to get there first. And number 2, something I would file away, that if I do take the bench, something I'll remember every single day I take the bench, that those men and women of the Bar Association put their confidence in me, and that confidence needs to be rewarded on a day-to-day basis, and I won't forget it.
Now, the same survey also asked lawyers to rate you on 4 different judicial attributes. Those are competence, integrity, temperament, and experience. Now, once again, you outscored the competition in all 4 areas, but which of these areas are most meaningful to you?
I think in terms of the characteristics which a good judge needs to have. A good judge of common pleas, as you know, Janine, we don't make policy, we don't legislate for the bench. Our job is to apply the law which is written on a day-to-day basis, to be consistent, to be impartial, and to be respectful of the people in front of us. So to answer your question, I think that the high rating in judicial temperament meant an awful lot to me. Integrity is so important to me. I mean, we all need to act with honor, and I think myself and my colleagues do. And certainly the high rating for experience is exactly what this is all about. Like we talked about before, the background I have in handling lots of different types of cases, and hopefully and apparently handling them well, I think those are the sort of factors I would want to see in a judge candidate if I was going to support he or she. So it is kind of a combination, but the integrity, the experience, temperament, and competence, of course, is important. But I view the other factors even more important if you want the difference between being a judge and being a good judge.
Now, is there anything else you want voters to know about you? The primary is May 21st, right. So I would encourage everybody to vote in the primary May 21st right. for Dave Ridge.
Thank you. Well, as we sit here today, I think we have 34 days to the primary. I do want voters to know that we are working very hard. We are taking nothing for granted. We were teasing before outside, but I think Erie County expects to know the candidate. I think they deserve to get to know the candidate. And one of the ways I've tried to accomplish that is the old school way. I've been going door to door. And by last count, I'm at approximately 1,000 doors knocked on just by myself. Now, the side benefit of that is I'm working off all the pierogies and the fish fries and the bake sales I've gone to. But people have really appreciated coming to the door. Sometimes you catch them at a bad time. Sometimes people aren't really that interested, and I respect that. I would feel the same way sometimes when I'm home. But we're going to do that. We're going to keep doing that. We've had 5 events so far. 4 of the 5 have been free and open to the public. That's important to me too. I want everybody to be aboard this campaign. I think we have the 17th? There's a free meet and greet in Northeast. That's important. On the 20th, we have a very, very low cost event at the Nova Aurora on April 30th. Okay. As I said, it's important that everybody from every part of this community, every walk of life, every segment of my life, come with us in my attempt to serve Erie County. And the couple events I've had, we're up on the podium, you look out, I see so many old friends, I see so many new friends. I do see people from every segment of the community, every part of the county. And again, it is inspirational, it motivates me to work even harder, and it's again something I won't forget. So I want people to know how hard I'm going to run, and if I'm elected, that I will do everything I can to be ready to serve Erie County from the first day on the job to the last.
That's it.
All right, appreciate it.
I think we're done.
Thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
your great part of the team, and I appreciate your help.
Thank you so much.